It's understanding that this final order, or at least what parties are hoping will be final, will reflect a retroactive support judgment in the amount of $2,574. And that's for the time period of July 2022 through May of 2023. And state is asking for repayment in the amount of $63 per month, which would begin September 1st, 2023. Current child support in this case would be $373 per month. And then cash medical support, which was set to zero in the temporary order, would now be $101 per month. It's the state's understanding that parents will testify to living together since June 10th of 2023. And that would be the reason, Your Honor, the state's looking at potentially a further temporary order as opposed to final.
All right, folks, I usually want people together at least 6 months, and I want verification of them being together with a copy of their lease showing that they are their house rental or their house buying a house together, whatever. Their mortgage shows they actually are fully committed to being together, and or copies of billing that shows that you're both on the water bill, you're both on the light bill, you're both on the cable bill, whatever. But at this time, right now, this order is from June the 6th of this year, and so this order and y'all got together start living together right after this order was done. So the court is hesitant to do a final order at this point, but let me find out what's going on and let's see what the circumstances are and whether or not y'all are married. So at this time, Mr. Ballard, Ms. Smith, raise your right hands. You both solemnly swear or affirm your testimony gonna give your day the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but truth, so help you.
Yes.
All right, state may proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Trinity Smith. Ma'am, what is your full name?
Trinity Janae Smith.
Who is the child in this case?
Talin Janae Smith Valley.
How are you related to her?
Her mom.
And ma'am, who is your father?
Jacques Christian Valley.
And ma'am, when this case was first heard in June, your mother was present at that time, is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And when, ma'am, exactly was your 18th birthday?
August 7th.
And at this point, ma'am, did you hear my opening statement to the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that your understanding of the agreement I was presenting to the court for approval?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, are you and Mr. Ballard married or contemplating such?
Yes, we're not married. No.
And the temporary orders were just missing that retroactive part and then more specification regarding visitation. Was that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Given how close in time the temporary order was to the two of you moving in together, was there anything you wanted the court to consider as to whether this should be a final or further temporary order?
We were really hoping final, but we do know there's a chance that I'm not going to be living with him forever. Because we kind of just, when I moved down here, it wasn't really my plan to move down here. I broke my ankle and then I just kind of decided to stay down here. So, yeah, but we wanted it to be final.
And since the temporary orders went into place, ma'am, and you ended up living with Mr. Ballard, has it all been going well, at least according to court orders?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
And so aside from adding in the retroactive or back child support and actually putting in correct child and medical support amounts, were you wanting any changes?
No, ma'am.
And when you were saying here, ma'am, what city or town are you referring to?
Lubbock.
Thank you, ma'am. Your Honor, I pass this witness.
All right, ma'am, are you in Lubbock now or are you down from Lubbock?
Yes, sir, I'm in Lubbock.
All right, and you plan on moving back to, where were you originally from, ma'am?
Talin.
All right, and you plan on moving back to Talin, ma'am?
Not necessarily. We wanted to try to work, try to make things work between us. So that's kind of why I'm here. it makes it easier for Talin and for us too. So we wanted to try to work things out. So no, I technically don't plan on moving back to Killeen right now.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. Call your next witness, please, Ms. Mongat.
The state calls Jacques Ballard. Sir, what is your full name?
Jacques Christian Valley.
How are you related to Talin?
That's my daughter.
Sir, were you able to hear my opening statement to the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that an accurate description of how we were going to finalize this case since we already had temporary orders?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, were you also able to hear the mother's testimony?
Sorry, could you repeat that 1 second? What'd you say?
Yes, sir. Were you able to hear Ms. Smith's testimony?
I was.
And sir, was there anything she testified to that you disagreed with?
No, ma'am.
And so, sir, going forward, you're comfortable paying that cash medical support of $101 per month while she maintains the coverage in place for your child?
Yes, ma'am.
And then the support amount for child support of $373 per month is something you're able to pay?
Yes, ma'am.
And then as far as the back child support amount, you understand we're wanting to take that judgment and set repayment as announced?
Yes, ma'am.
And then as far as you having the time with your child since the temporary orders went into place, were you needing any changes at this point?
No, ma'am.
And sir, the current living situation, is it a rental or home ownership situation?
Rental, me and my best friend.
And at this point, sir, is it fair to say that Ms. Smith is not on any kind of lease documents?
No, ma'am.
Was there anything else, sir, you wanted the court to consider at this time?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Ballard. Your Honor, at this time, I pass the witness.
Appreciate it.
All right, folks, I've had to do this a couple of times. The parties were together, but they're not sure if they're gonna stay together or they or something along those lines, and it's been a short amount of time. I got no problem going ahead and setting this order up as a final, but I'm gonna have to order child support. I'm gonna have to order the cash medical, and I have to order the retro and the repayment. And sir, Ms. Ballard, you got to pay that, even though mom's living with you. Obviously, she can give you the money right back, but that's again, you still got to pay it, because the day if she ever moves out and you had made those payments, you're in in breach of your obligations to pay child support. So I can their judgment can be hit against you to make repayment, and you could be ordered into a jail. And of course, I even have jurisdiction in Lubbock. As weird as that sounds, I do. So the bottom line is, I got no problem setting it up. You're okay with making those payments no matter what, sir, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, then let's go ahead and make it a final order. Then I got no problem with it. Again, if y'all get married, something along those lines, let us know. If y'all decide y'all really going to be committed and get your own place together and get yourself on a lease and all that, let us know, and we'll stop the child support. But until that happens, yeah, I want to go ahead and set it up. I'm on name joint management service, the amount on the right side domicile, that right side unrestricted, child support, cash medical, excuse me, retro, as I requested. And since they're living together, I'll waive court costs on this one too, Ms. Mongat, okay? All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Smith, any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Ballard, any questions?
No, sir.
All right, well, good luck to both of you. I haven't been following the weather out in Lubbock. I'm assuming it's as hot out there as it is here. So good luck with that, and y'all take care. All right.
Thank you.
Usual.
All right, we're off the record.